Technique. Technique plays a big part in people's musical lives. And when I play, I never wanted to try and be a fast player. There are a lot of people who can play very fast. I've got a very strong left hand. I can break cups with it. And just basically, I'm using pretty heavy gauge strings on it. You're the only person who got that randomness then, weren't you? I can break a twig. These are 10 to 52 strings here. It's my E string. It's very big, as you can see. Because if I play a set of 9s, it's just a disaster, because I sound like Mr. Wibbly Wobbly tuning. I like to be able to bend up to a note. I don't know if you've noticed this, but it's something I always pride myself on my guitar playing. I'm going to pat myself on the back, because I can reach. And that's because I'm not one of these people going, that hideous vibrato thing. Always sounding like someone when you're talking, someone going like that on your back. Or Fergal Sharkey, do you remember him? Yeah. Or that kind of point where your note is in the middle here. I mean, if I do a big vibrato all over the top of it, I'll get it somewhere. Just imagine being in a band with someone going all the time, it'd just be awful. So what I've really worked on is this, and this was come from doing the Floyd thing. I can bend to a note. That's bloody hard. And I would really suggest to all of you, if as in terms of the technique, is actually doing that. And try taking a pentatonic scale, for instance, and then just looking at increments in between. Here's some really cool ones to do. On the top strings you can bend, say, the minor third, which is the 13th fret. We're playing 10 and 13, bend up a whole time. And I like that thing where you overbend sometimes. It sounds like a guitar. Sounds like a squealing piggy. And then if we go to, say, the 12th fret, we can bend that up to the 13th fret. Sorry, I've lost the will to live then. So you can go, so you can get.
struggle with improvisation. I get stuck in ruts or struggle to come with any ideas. I know it's like almost an impossible question, but have you got any little tips or tricks for getting out of that kind of?
Well, when you look at your pentatonic scale, it's a really good one. A lot of people, when they start to play modes, they lose any musicality that they had. Most people, when they pick up guitar for the first time, will come up with little licks like that. And they sound, they're kind of old classic blues rock licks. They sound good, they're musical. But then, when they sort of start getting into modes, right, I'm going to play my scales now. And it all turns into gauging one's practice on an ability and how fast they can run up and down a major scale. I choose not to use 3-note per string scale shapes. I use code shapes, whether it's pentatonic or whether it's modal. When I look at a pentatonic, the pentatonic is actually 5/7 of a mode. Roots, 1/3, 4th, 5th, 1/7 roots. And then I've only got to add in some form of 6th or some form of 2nd to make that into a mode. So I look at these gaps here. And straight away, that, which we did earlier, that, sounds more musical than just think about the conversation thing as well. Think about theme tunes to TV shows. Neighbours. EastEnders. That melody, yeah. Do you see what I mean? I've taken a musicals. Made a statement out of a what do you call it? Just a rhythmic idea, as opposed to it being some form of something really, really complex. If you That was in 7.
7/8.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So I like funny time signatures for some reason. It's just, and I like the way that it kind of crosses over into 4 when it goes back into the chorus. It's just a nice kind of groove. Something that I will sort of touch on, because we're sort of getting to I suppose some questions and maybe talk a little bit about gear. And like I said, I never know how much to throw into these things. Is coming up with, when people improvise, or they try and improvise with solos or melodies, one of the main issues that a lot of people come across is, how do I improvise? What do I do? Well, to start with, is if you were having a conversation, if I'd sat here, and if I'd have just spoken to you all like this, and I hadn't changed the tone of my voice, and I'd spoken all like this all the way through, you would be like, oh my god, this is so boring. Whereas if I go, right, we're going to play a solo now, that's acceptable. I try to play guitar as if it is some kind of conversation that I'm having with someone. So, where do you come from?
Accrington.
So that was our conversation then. I said, where do you come from? You said Accrington. I treat music like syllables, and that way it becomes a little bit more interesting. There's that great thing on the internet that is actually from an instructor. Another great example of how the internet is death. It's ripped off of someone else's bloody video, and everyone just go and watch it for free instead of buying it, which is the Scott Henderson thing, where he does name this tune. What was it? Happy Birthday, yeah. He plays it like that. The notes are absolute garbage, but what did you use to recognise that? So the rhythm of it, yes. So it just goes to show how strong rhythm can be. And so when I play musical ideas, or when I play tunes, or improvise, I try to think about rhythmic approaches in the solo, and a lot of the time scatting sort of ideas in my head, if I now kind of just unaccompanied jam. Everything I played there, even the fast one at the end, it's always got a groove to it. That's the point I'm trying to make. So when you do sort of try improvising or coming up with melodic ideas, even playing one note, instead of going, say, 2, 3, 4, just try playing quarter notes. So you start to understand how to subdivide. On the offbeat, 1/16, and so on. Yeah, you can. There's all manner of different combinations of the breaking the rhythm up that we can come up with, and I use those for sort of, you know, when I'm playing. When I'm putting things together, putting improvisational ideas together, it's not just I'm whizzing up and down a scale or playing aimlessly up and down.